All-American Universe season is almost upon us, and they have released the first synopsis for the first episodes of both All-American and All-American Homecoming. In this video, we're going to jump into the synopsis for All-American Homecoming, so let's go ahead and check it out. After the holiday break, Simone returns to Brixton, ready to focus solely on tennis, and learns what it really is like to be top 6. Damon is faced with a decision he's been putting off since before the holidays. Frustrated with how Cam is treating her, Keisha reverts to her old ways and throws a last-minute New Year's Eve party. Meanwhile, Amara and Coach Marcus try to adjust to their new environments and challenges. What's good, y'all? It's your good sis Erica Vane coming to you right here on Erica Vane TV with another All-American Universe video focusing on All-American Homecoming. Now I read you the synopsis. If you would like to read it for yourself, feel free to head over to ericavane.com as I have all of the updates for the synopsis as they roll out for you to read in your leisure, as well as for you to stay up to date on any other All-American Universe news. Okay, y'all, we're switching it up a little bit and a different video editing style with the synopsis. You guys have me on screen to chop it up and break down each sentence and tell you what I think. At any point in time, feel free to drop down in the comment section down below and let me know what you think this sentence means, what you think the whole synopsis means, what you may or may not be predicting for this episode. So let's go ahead and get into it and start with Simone. Okay, so after the holiday break, Simone returns to Brixton ready to focus solely on tennis and learns what it's really like to be top 6. Okay, so now it's about time for Simone to really buckle down. In season 1 of All-American Homecoming, we saw her really fight to have a spot, get a spot, and raise her tennis profile. Now we're going to see her double down in that. Now that, Thea is out and Simone is kind of like subbing in for her spot, and Thea is gunning for her. I don't know if my heart can take the tension that is coming between my two babies, but now that that is happening, Simone will have to buckle down now more than ever. I think that what we see in the trailer, when we see Simone and Spencer talking, this is going to be a heavy topic of conversation, something that's weighing heavily on Simone's mind. It's very interesting how we have been able to watch her character go through teenage pregnancy, go through falling in love, go through confronting the baby daddy that don't want to be there, making a hard decision about adoption, and then getting back to herself, getting back into one of her first loves, tennis, and then now finding her in this place at the perfect place for her to be in college, this HBCU of Brixton, and then now really fighting for a spot to really hone her skills and prep herself to go pro. I think that in the conversation specifically with Spencer and Simone, we're going to see him just basically impart on her the need, or not just the need and the reassurance that she's going to need for understanding how hard this is, but it's completely worth it. I think we have seen Simone work really, really hard, and we've seen her go after something that she really wants and make tough decisions, but it's been mostly in her personal life, not really in her athletic professional life. And though we have seen her make great strides as a person, as a character with these personal decisions, I think that that is the thing that is allowing her to maybe entertain some thoughts of imposter syndrome, feel guilty around where, and this is all guesses, y'all, but feel guilty around where her and Thea's relationship devolved to so quickly after they got to such a great place. Even like now being post Jordan, right? And like in this world of adulthood without this relationship that has been such a core thing for her and has helped her traverse a lot of the traumatic and trying times of her life. Simone is not on her own because she has her Brixton family. She has Auntie Amara. She has Keisha. She has like all of the friends and people surrounding her to push her forward. But I think in being outside the relationship, having this complete shift, and then also finding her going up against Thea in the way that she is, almost with the upper hand because Thea has this injury. I think that we're just going to see Simone really, really doubt herself. But as the synopsis says, she's ready to focus on tennis, and she's just really going to meet the challenges that is being a top collegiate athlete, for her specifically in tennis, what that looks like. Like, it's one thing to be on a team. That's a great, thing to amass and a great feat to conquer, but it's a whole other thing to be the top player on the team. Okay, when you're the top player, when you're the go-to, when you're the person who's supposed to be putting up points for a team, when you're the person who's supposed to be bringing back championships and titles and rising with raising the notoriety of your particular team at an institution, it hit a little bit different, gets a little bit more real, the pressure gets a little bit harder. And I'm honestly excited for this to be the start of Simone's story this season, and for us to see her really focus specifically on tennis. I will love it if we at least got half a season where we didn't have to deal with the whole love triangle thing, and she could put on the back burner pursuing a new relationship or anything like that, just so she has a beat to really get her footing in tennis. Because even when you think about it, right, like, she's in the top 6 spot, but she was cut before Thea literally tore her rotator cuff. Simone was out. So this is a big adjustment. And one thing I feel like that we get a lot with, specifically within the All-American universe, is like, when it rains, it pours, and they really push a lot of things in it all at once. I would love it if, as they mentioned, she's really ready to focus on tennis and she's meeting the challenges of what it is to be in the top 6, and that's all she focuses on for a good 6, 7 to 10 episodes. If it's a 20 episode season, the first half of the season, like, her literally focusing on tennis, and of course catching a little bit of shade that Thea gonna throw her way, being able to see Damon and figure out what their relationship looks like if Damon is actually leaving, which we're talking about Damon next. What does their friendship look like if he goes to another school, and having those little bitty beats, but nothing super major. Let Simone get her tennis footing, because we prepping to go pro. At this point, I really feel like Simone for All-American Homecoming is what Spencer is for All-American, and the whole goal with All-American as a show is to watch Spencer go from high school all the way up through making it to the NFL, which is his ultimate goal. And now we know that Simone's ultimate goal is to become a pro tennis player. So I would love to see a super large amount of time given to her developing as a tennis player. But let's talk about the other dope collegiate athlete, the star on Brinkston's campus, Mr. Damon Sims. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. I really, really, really don't even know what to say, because I did not like Damon at first. And I just look back and I'm just like, Erica, what was you thinking? What was you thinking? But we'll have plenty of time to discuss what was Erica thinking. In the synopsis, it says that Damon is faced with a decision that he's been putting off since before the holidays. And this is literally just his decision to leave Brinkston. JR Sr. being the new interim head coach, and him actually being Damon's father, is something that just hit Damon so hard. And the cliffhanger at the end of episode 13, the end of season 1 of All-American Homecoming, was him calling the coach, who was a former coach from Brinkston, but calling the coach over at Hawkins and what is it that you're offering? Because he was like, yo, I heard that this coach is staying on, and when you ready, let me know, because we got a spot for you. And I'm just like, I hate to see it. I hate to see it. Y'all know I am here for Thea and Damon and their relationship. I'm here for watching that seed get planted and grow and bloom beautifully. I would love to have a great amount of time that's spent to them, really just developing, with Thea having this newfound love and Damon showing us what he's like in love. And while I know that they can make a long distance relationship work, or cross campuses, because Damon has literally said that in the final episode of last season, he said he don't give a damn where he at, they gonna be in it, because Thea was like, all right, well, the school closing and you don't gotta play like you like me. He's like, nah, I'm not playing. I'm in it to win it when it comes to you. I don't play about you. And we love that energy, Mr. Damon. We love that energy, Mr. Sims. We know that we're going to get to see that, but with them not being on the same campus, you just won't get to see them interact as much. And we get to see quite a bit in the trailer. We get to see them kissing at some little party. I think this is going to be Keisha's New Year's Eve party. We're going to talk about Keisha as well, because she's mentioned in this synopsis, as we, you guys have heard. we get to see, we also get to see Damon talking with Simone, so we're going to get to see what their relationship looks like or friendship looks like at the start of the season. But I just don't want him to go to Hawkins. But he's probably going to make this decision to go to Hawkins. Like, I know, shout out to the subbies, shout out to you amazing viewers who are keeping the conversation going with me in the comment section. When I did the breakdown video for the trailer, some of y'all mentioned, or I think it was one person in particular that was like, oh, this could be a dream sequence. He could dream that he went to Hawkins. And fingers crossed that you was actually right, boo. But I don't think so. I think that he might actually go to Hawkins. And I just hate that for us. I hate that for Brixton. I hate that for us. I hate that for Thea. I hate that for Simone. I even hate that for JR. And I don't even bang with JR like that, y'all. It's giving ghetto. I hate it for Coach Marcus Turner. Like, he's supposed to come back and have his star player, his MLB hopeful. Damon, what are you doing? It's no jumping ship, sir. We don't jump ships around here. But let's go ahead and talk about little Miss Keisha, y'all. Keisha reverts back to her old ways and frustration of how Cam is treating her and throws a New Year's Eve party. So just so that we're clear, I'm going to go ahead and assume and say that when they're saying Keisha's old ways is starting and bopping and flirting and twerking and doing her dang on thing, because when she had a boyfriend, remember, she was pushing up on Spencer to try to make him jealous. And Keisha don't get attached like that. She a player, she a pimp. She don't be doing all that getting down and falling in love, which is why she left Cam, hanging at the damn restaurant and broke all of our hearts and broke his heart as well. But by the end of the season, she had gotten with the program and was like, okay, bet, I want you. I want to be with you. I'm ready now. Like, let's do this. I apologize for everything in the past. And now that Cam is pushing her off, she like, okay, it's nothing but a word, player. I can go back to the old me. Like, just go ahead and call me Eminem. And I hate this for her, because this is like, she healed. She took the time to heal, do what she needed to do to prep herself to be in a great relationship, a healthy relationship, which we're assuming, because that's what they give, y'all. They might be a little bit catty at times with each other, a little bit like rah. But to me, I feel like Keisha and Cam are healthy and they push each other in the perfect ways to grow and to be better people. So I hate that Cam getting into a space where he is probably struggling to articulate his pain, his disappointment, and his fear is going to push her back into a place of just not being open and having walls up and chasing short-term gratification versus really just leaning into the fact that you like this boy. You might even, love this boy at this point, and it's hurting you that he's brushing you off. It's hurting you that he's dismissing you or ignoring you, and all of it is miscommunication. So to know, like, up front that we're about to watch Keisha regress because of this is just like, it don't have to be this way. But I get it. Like, it's not easy to take rejection. It's not easy for the person that you care about to ignore you on campus and to just treat you like crap, and you be able to roll with the punches. If this is Keisha's first ever, like, healthy, good relationship that's not with some little toxic F-boy, then of course she's not going to know exactly what to do. So some regression would make sense. And I'm just hoping over the course of this season, Cam get his mind right. He can articulate his feelings. He can let her know his frustrations. It's not Keisha's fault per se, but he made a decision and ultimately kind of like chose her and what she wanted over his scholarship. And of course it's going to put him in a crazy mental space. And he's going to respond. And this happens to be how he's responding. In both trailers, we get to see Keisha comes back to Crenshaw with Simone. And we get to see him ignore her there. But then also we get to see when they're on Brixton's campus, there's a moment where he's like walking away and ignoring her there. And I'm just like, oh, we about to watch this for 2 episodes. Cam is acting a fool on both coasts. And Keisha just going to have to try to roll with the punches, child. I'm sorry, Keisha. We love you. You could do it. Don't give up on your black king, mama. Don't give up on your black king. All right, so Auntie Amara and Coach Marcus Turner are trying to adjust in their new environments and challenges. So the new environment for Auntie Amara is being the president of Brixton. We saw that Simone's mama has finally got some act right, y'all, and she created a way for Brixton to stay because she got her client to donate the $1 million that they needed to get the total $4 million to save the institution. And the stipulation is my sister got to be president, so throw little Baldy up out of there. Make my sister president. So Auntie Amara is adjusting, which I assume is going to be a big adjustment because she had checked out. She had decided that she was going to walk away from Brixton, and this was going to be her last semester because she was so tired of being persecuted for just being a stand-up woman with tons of integrity and holding everybody on that damn campus accountable. And we don't fault her. And Coach Turner is dealing with the challenges, not necessarily a new environment, but the challenges of, one, getting back on his meds. Shout out to Damon's mama who went and got the daggone med re-up and gave it to him and was able to help pull him together by the end of last season. But getting back on the medication and then getting into a stable, steady place so that he can hopefully get his team back. He is not going to be able to come back as coach of the Brixton Lions until he can prove that he is steadily on medication, that he's completely stable, and a situation like what happened before is not going to happen again. And I'm really excited to see the full arc of Coach Turner because I think that mental health is a really great conversation to always inject into various series, specifically series by way of like black malehood or manhood. I think that while we didn't get a ton of it last season, it really was like saved towards the end of the season. I love what they did so far, and I'm looking forward for them to expound on the nuances that really do show what are the challenges of him being able to regulate his mood and his mind and his energy. Like, how is he going to cultivate a support system and truly like not put the walls back up but keep allowing people to come in, allowing Damon's mama to be there for him, opening up to Amara, which could be hard because he still has these feelings and thought that they was going to double back, and then she dismissed him last season. Like, there's a lot actually going on, and I always love it, as I have mentioned multiple times in my previous All-American videos, that I love when they have really strong, stories for the adults in the universe as well as these young adults. So Auntie Amara, Coach Turner, they're going to be given in this first episode. We're going to get to see exactly where they're at, where their mind is at, where they physically are at, and then that will propel us forward, and I am completely here for it. Now, aside from that, y'all, the people who are not mentioned in the synopsis but I want to speak on really quickly are Nate, Thea, and JR. JR seems like he's going to be doing well when it comes to the Brixton Lions, regardless of his daddy being the coach. I do think that he's still going to have more smoke for his daddy because you totally gave away your son, and you probably knew that Damon was your son, even though it didn't come out until Damon brought up the damn DNA test. You raggedy, but guess what? JR has figured out how to prosper without your approval, prosper without you giving him an attaboy, and you can go ahead and go to hell, daddy, in all honesty. Thea, I am really excited, even though I know we're about to watch Thea struggle. Like, Thea is about to probably struggle more than anybody else in the series just because they took away the one thing that she loved and that she knew better than herself, and that is tennis. And you know what? By golly, Miss Molly, I love to see a phoenix rising, and that's what I think that we're going to see throughout the course of this season when it comes to Thea as a character. She is fighting for tennis. She's also going to fight for this relationship with Damon and be able to balance all of the things that he has going on in his world as well as what she has going on in her world, and also her feelings around what the hell is this, Simone and Damon. I also feel like we're going to watch her struggle and try to find balance with cultivating real friendships. We saw her get closer to Nate last season, and we saw her be friendly with Keisha. Will this expand, especially now that Simone is kicked out of the friend boat? Like, how does Thea show up and actually be a friend, especially after she feels like, Simone has been so treacherous and is conniving to her? Do she feel like she can be friends with other women? And like, can she actually open up in that way aside from her relationship with Damon? I am totally looking forward to it. And though she's not mentioned in the synopsis, I know that they have some really juicy, dope story plans for Thea when it comes down to it. And then we get to see Nate. Miss Mamas is all up in that daggone elevator, slobbing down some piece of chocolate, and we love that for her. We are going to get to see Nate have some type of romantic relationship in addition to being able to support the friends this season, and I'm totally here for it. Again, those three aren't mentioned in the synopsis, but they will be featured in the first episode, so we will get a update on them if they are your favorite characters. And now it's your turn. Let me know what you thought about the synopsis in the comment section down below. I also have the synopsis listed out on ericavane.com. So if you would love to know a little bit more or keep up with any new information when it comes to episode names, as well as synopsis and more information, you can go to ericavane.com and check that out. We do post daily with updated information now so that we can keep you updated on the All-American Universe, as well as all of the other dope television series and films that we are breaking down, reviewing, and recapping. It's your good sis, you love to talk TV with, and y'all know I'm gonna see you in the next one. But right now I'm gonna need you to hit subscribe if you haven't already, and post a comment, because we gotta talk. Bye.